Hi, my name is Aaron Davis, also known as Mr. You Know, here with Battle of the Barbers Online Academy. For my liners today, I'll be using the Babyliss Skeleton FX. I love these trimmers because the wide teeth, they're sharp and really easy to work with. My fading clippers, I'll be using the Wall Cordless. Powerful, real sharp, easy to work with also. The products I'll be using today is Elegance with the shaving gel and also the product gel. My model is Hasib. He's a student here at the Federal Way Barber College. So I'll start with my pattern, taking in most of the head, just so not everything's gonna be so close together. I start with a rough draft. I don't clean up the lines right away. At the end, I'll come through and clean up my lines. As you can see, I'm just using the corner of my clippers. I'm gonna come on the other side and bring the line around. Now I'm gonna come through, sharpen these lines up. When I'm focused, when my clippers are up, so I'm focused on this upper line, making this upper line cleaner. Don't be scared to bowl the lines out. I'm gonna switch positions, go on the other side, flip my clipper to clean up this lower line. It's a little curved right here, sloppy, so I'm gonna come in and tighten that, round this up a little cleaner. So now I have a good area to flow off and switch up my position of line work. This is the basic outline of where I can go off of. As again, I'm also doing a freestyle, so I'm stepping back, looking where I can go, what I can go off of this design to spread out and not be so cluttered in. So I'm gonna branch off of this line and come out here. So in this direction, you could go from going around, you can go straight out, you could come out, come back in, go back out. With his hair and style, I want to keep it low because he's gonna eventually just cut his hair off after this design. So I'm keeping it below the occipital bone. So I'm gonna wrap around and do the same pattern right here. This whole process, I'm just using the edge of my clippers. Unless it's on a more straight line, I'll use the full length of the trimmers. Now that I have a good foundation, taking up most of the head, I can branch out in different directions to fill in these spots to make my design easier, more fluent. Again, flip the clippers upside down, and this is an easy way to get these lower lines sharpened. Usually when I start a design, I'll take the hair down to a number 2, which his hair was already pre-cut. This looks like about a number 1, which that's fine too, because once I'm done with the design, I'll be able to come through and fade around the design and make certain areas pop more. So right now I'm just focusing on cleaning up these lines. So this area, I'm gonna start with the fading just because I want to see where I go with the fading. I might do the fading and then come up with an idea to go into a new pattern of the design. But I know that I'm gonna be fading in this area, so I want to see where I go. Sometimes I'll bust out the full design, then do the fading. But sometimes if I want to think of new ideas, I'll start the fading and then come back to the design. So when I do my fading, I like to contrast. I'll come in with, so down here, we'll fade out. Keep enough hair up in here so we can keep the contrast. This is closed. Slightly using my wrist to fade it. I'm gonna open about 1/4 inch. Just to keep that lower area clean and sharp. Still have some hair so you can see the contrast. Then I'll like to skip. So this is shorter, longer, and I'm gonna take this area shorter. My clippers are closed. I'm gonna open about 1/4 inch. Every inch that I'm going up more, I'm opening up another 1/4 inch. And what that does is give the contrast of the hair. Lighter to darker. Come back in with my skeletons. Fold that out. I'm gonna come back in here with my fading clippers to transition that bald to closed guard. I'm gonna work in this area. As you see, it's kind of receding up. So I wanna try to eliminate as much hair as I can, but still keep some hair to keep that transition. Again, start with closing clipper. 1/4 inch out. Open another 1/4 inch. All the way. What that does is give a nice fading look to the design as a taper. And if you get stuck ever, always step back, take a look at the work, see where you can branch off, see what you can do different to add some more style to it. And like I said, this is all freestyle, so this is all from my head and going off of different shapes. So again, I'm gonna take my from lower to hair and fade this into this hair from 0. Very lightly, starting from skin and working my way up to this length and the parietal edge. Half guard on, using the ends of my clippers, point cutting into a more natural look into the parietal edge to give it that contrast to bald hair, bald. And that's what gives it the contrast of dimension. Now that I got the basic of the design down, well, pretty much the whole design, I come in, sharpen up lines, add more fading to it if I need to. So what I'm gonna do is come in and just sharpen up the lines a little more crispier, sharper. From this, I know somebody else is gonna come through and take all this out, but I'm gonna start the fading in here just so this can look more as a full cut and not just a design. So I'll take my skeletons, start my guideline, come in with my cordless walls. So this is starting to be more contrast, working or fading around the design so it doesn't just look like a design, it looks like a full cut. Come back in with my skeletons and softly blend that guideline into the fading guideline. Now I have a 1 on just to fade this length into this higher point of his hair above the parietal edge. So I'll come in this area and transition a little cleaner so this area is more sharp. And what that does is just eliminates the receding hairline from the lower area of his hair. Don't be scared to bold the lines out. Don't make them too big, but make them look like they're more cleaner, straight, and that flows together. Which also makes it easier to take your straight razor blade in and really sharpen up the lines. If you got too thin of lines, it's hard to get the razor blade in and make them sharp. Right now I'm just focused on really sharpening up these lines, bolding them out a little more, so it's easier for me to come in with a straight razor. So now that we have the design, I'll come in with a straight razor and sharpen up all the lines and make the design pop out. I'll be using the Elegance shaving gel to come in and sharpen up all these lines with the straight razor. Now that the design's done, straight razored out, if you want, you can always come in and enhance the project. That's up to you, whoever is doing the design. Me, I use Deep Shine Color. This is also a product that Los Cut uses. I really like this brush. The bristles, you have a wider or more full bristle, and if you turn around it's more fine, so you can get in the small areas. Again, I'm going to fade that into the natural hair. Then I'll skip from the darkness, skip the hair. I'm going from dark to lighter and then darken up inside. So again, it's popping the contrast out. From here, I'm going to look at the design, see where the areas I enhance, and see where I can enhance a little more, see where I can enhance the design a little more, but also give it distance from, so it's not all cluttered together. This is the final product. Thank you for watching. Stay creative. Let the head beard canvas. Shout out to Bablis, Elegance, and Federal Way Barber College. Thanks for having me.